All right, oftentimes when an author comes back with edits and you have already done both the print book and the ebook, it can be such a pain doing edits in the ebook um, if you do a lot of work in the ebook files after you export from InDesign, which is my case all the time. So sometimes just even adding a page can be a pain in the butt. For example, this particular author, she wanted to add an about the author page at the very end of the ebook. Okay, well, I can handle that. I'm going to show you how you can handle it as well. So the key is bringing up the last page of the ebook, which happened to be the acknowledgments page. And so I brought up the acknowledgments page. I saved the new content. I placed the new content on the acknowledgments page, and then I saved it as the next number. So in this case, it was the acknowledgments page was number 49. So I'm saving this one as number 50. Now, if let's say they want to insert a front matter page, well, you can't keep up that consecutive numbering. So typically what I do is insert, you know, A after the number. So I know that I've added another page. So let's say page 10, we need to add like a dedication after page 10. So I do a 10A. All right. Now, some of the pains is having to update the content OPF page as well as any table of contents pages. So now that I've already added the page, there were a couple of things like there's usually a body ID with that number, so you would need to change the body ID to be 50 instead of 49. Also, if there are any anchors in on that page, it's best to remove all the anchors because the anchors would have been in the page 49. So I have done that. I have updated the text. I need to go in and add a style that I apparently did not have in this document. So I'm going to do that real quick. So I'm just adding a first para space above, copying the first para, and adding a 1EM space above to the margin top. So now we will close this and re-look at it. Sometimes I get the refresh page and sometimes not. All right, so it's still not doing what I want it to do. So let's look at why. Oh, because I got to name it. First para space above. All right, so now that's spaced out like I want it to. We're going to close this. All right, so now what we need to do is we need to add this about the author page to the content OPF page. So I'm going to open up the content OPF page. We need to add it to the table of contents within the document, which is 3, as well as the TOC NCX and the TOC XHTML if you happen to do ePUB 3.0. So I've got all these pages up. So for the content OPF page, we need to add that page in 2 places. We need to add it to the manifest. So we're going to copy this last line of the page 49 of the manifest, and then we're going to update it. So the document ID is now 50, and then the page reference is 50. Then we also need to add it to the spine. And it looks like page 49 wasn't in the spine, so we need to add that. So we'll add it to page 49, and we will add page 50. All right. All right, so that's the only thing that needs to be done to the content OPF page is adding that page to the spine and adding it to the manifest. So let's say you added page 10, you would want to add 10A here, and then you would want to add 10A in the spine. All right, now the NCX is basically the order of the book. So you will notice in the NCX, you have play orders 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way to 51. So this is one of those pains that if you do add something after 10, you will have to renumber all the play orders and the nav point orders. So that can be a pain. But since this was at the end of the document, we don't have to worry about it. And again, for some reason, page 49 is not there. So what we're going to do is we're going to make this one a nav point 52, the play order 52, and this is acknowledgements. And that one is page 49. And our new page, which is about the author, is page 50, and it's going to be the play order 53 with a nav point of 53. All right. Then we have to go to the other one. Let's see, where is it at? I'm looking for the first table of contents. So this is the table of contents within the document. Oh, now I know why. She had asked me to move the acknowledgements at the beginning for the ebook for some reason, which I don't recommend. So I did not do that properly. And then we're going to add about the author at the bottom. TOC chapter title. This is going to be about the author. So, of course, the less number of changes you need to make on the ebook, the better, because you're going to run into issues where if you're not careful, you're going to change the code. So it looks like I had already moved acknowledgements up here, and that's why it wasn't listed. So I had already renumbered all the orders. So now I need to delete it out here and here. And that's why it wasn't on the content OPF page as well, because I forgot that she had asked me to move the content, the acknowledgements up. Now, for the manifest, it doesn't matter. You don't have to move it because there's no order for the manifest. The manifest is just listing every file within the document. So we had moved 49. So here's 49. The acknowledgements in that order, so I need to delete it here because that would have become an error in my, if I had validated this ebook. All right, so now I'm going to create a new ebook file. I am going to copy this name. I'm going to move it, and then I'm going to create a new ebook file, send to compressed zip folder, drop the meta INF folder in, drop in the OEBPS folder, and then call it the new name, which is 3. And let's run a validator. Let's run it through my validator to make sure I made the changes correctly. And if I didn't make the changes, it's not going to validate it. It's going to tell me where my error is, but I made them correctly, so I'm good. So that's how you can add a page to your ebook after the fact, after you've already exported it and done a lot of cleanup. If they want to add a page, don't fret. Just make sure you follow the steps. Copy a page, change the name, make sure you delete out any anchors that are in there, change the page ID, add that page to the content OPF manifest as well as the spine, and then update all the TOCs. So you have the TOC in the document, you have the TOC NCX, and if it's an ePUB 3.0, you have the TOC XHTML. Hope that's helpful.